Hello YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Nice cold day here in the state of Missouri. We're back with another video on this 2014 Focus. I've already made a diagnosing video done about a week or two ago. Leaking a little oil out from the VVT solenoids and probably the gaskets, but I don't know which one, so I went ahead and got the solenoids and the gaskets that go with it. Before we get into this video, I would like to note that I have another channel called Haphazard Studio that I'm going to be posting all of these mechanic videos on from this channel too. I'm going to export them into the other channel just so I don't have to keep working between two channels. It's going to make it a lot easier for me and probably for you guys to see both kind of content that I do. So just noting that. So let's get into this video. Like I said, we have the solenoids here. These are what they look like. And this one has two of them. So I got two solenoids to replace both. And they look the same. And then with that, we have the washers right here and another one right there. So pop the hood. So for this, we will be having to take the valve cover off, which the gasket should have already been replaced for that. So I'm hoping I can go ahead and take it off and reuse that gasket. I know you're not supposed to, but that's kind of what all I have to work with, and we'll double check that at the end of the video. If I have to replace it, I will. It's not too much, not too big of a deal. So to get started here, we're gonna do all these connections, move them out of the way, and then there's some nuts and bolts that we have to get out. Flathead. Let's get to work. All right. These tabs you just pull out like that, and it comes right out. This also needs an oil change, and we'll probably get that done soon too, whether it's by me or another shop. So there's a clip right here. I don't know if you can see, it might be too far away. And then another one at the bottom that you gotta press. It goes out like that. Make sure you don't lose that. So I'll show you what it looks like. Two clips at the bottom. It was sat in there like this. So one on the top, one on the bottom. And I'm putting that in my pocket. You can take this. It should slide out. Oh, a little bit of gas there. So with that gas there and leaking, I'm gonna put that right there for now. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and get these coils off. I don't think we have to mess with the spark plugs, if I remember correctly. So right now, it's just getting these coils off, and they look like they're maybe a 10. Might be an 8. Let's see if an 8 works. The 8 seems to be a perfect fit. We also have ratcheting wrench, electric, battery powered, comes in handy. So that's on tightening. Switch this lever and we'll go loose. First, we'll break these loose and then wrap it. So after you get all those bolts out, they should just pull out just like that. When I pull this out, a little oil is going to go in there. So try to clean some of that up. A little is better than nothing. Okay. We're going to go ahead and every single one of these bolts, I'll tell you how many they are. 2, 3, 4. That one's deep. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14. It looks like. Doesn't really matter which order you take them out in. These ones aren't made to go all the way out, but once they rattle, you know that it's out. I've actually accidentally broke one of those before in a different video I had posted. So we'll go ahead and do all of these. That one is going to need a wrench. There it goes. All right, so all we have left is the 2 in the middle. So since this was previously replaced, I believe might be able to just work that up without having to do a lot of tearing up. So I'll try and, yeah, it looks like it's pretty loose. So all it is just prying it up. If not, it's very easy to get a Phillips kind of under here and very carefully prying it up without breaking the plastic. These do tend to not to break. I think that's the issue, is getting around those solenoids. We almost got it. All right, broke free. There we go. This is the valve cover. And you see, I think these are the gaskets that we got to get out. And it looks like we absolutely can reuse the valve cover gaskets. They look good. I'm gonna try to spray all that oil off before we get it in here. So go ahead, grab some more towels. We're gonna place these around the cam shafts to try and stop any oil from getting in there, or not oil, try to stop any dirt from getting in there. I think all we needed to do was the gaskets, but since we're already in here, I had already ordered the solenoids. not thinking there was gaskets. So we're just gonna go ahead and replace those while we're here. So this is what they look like. I'll show you the dirty ones afterwards. Looks like it's also an 8mm, which is good for us. It's gonna be covered in oil. Just wash those off. Rag them. And now we do the other one. Just slides right out. These ones look like they're a little old anyways, so we're just gonna replace one at a time. That's what the old one looks like. Get in the light here. Doesn't matter which one goes where. I think they all read the same. There's an input and an output, I believe, but I don't know if it makes a difference in what solenoid is where. Oh shit. That's exactly what you don't want to do. Just like that, we got it back. Covered in oil. I'm gonna have some help, some assistance, if you will, with this. Try to ease that in there, just like that. I don't know what the specs are, but it wasn't too hard to get them out, so I don't think it's going to be hard to put them in. Just make sure you don't strip it. Hand tighten it from there. I think that's all it takes. That's not coming up or going anywhere, so on to the next one. From this one, you can see where it failed. See that gasket on there? It is not supposed to be on there. So that is where it failed, and that's where it started leaking oil out from. Yes, the other one doesn't have the gasket on it. So that was our problem. So we could have gotten away with using the old VVTs. But since we already had these, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and replace them. It just makes this car a little more decent. When it comes to finding your tools, for me, I set them down and I instantly forget where I put them. It's like they go straight into the void as soon as I set them down. And then I'm looking, where the hell are my tools at? And most of the time, they're right in front of my face. Exactly where they need to be. But my brain can't comprehend that. Anyway. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Here we go. That one's on there. That one's on there. We're going to clean around where the gaskets were. And then we are good to go. I like to think our forefathers are proud of what we've accomplished, at least with vehicles. I can't say for the rest of the subjects out there. Man, if Washington could see a V8 or a V10 and a big old Dodge, wow, I can only imagine what they'd be saying. Probably something on the lines of, hey, that's pretty cool. So, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and spray this off, let it dry on the top, and it helps us see if there's any more leaks after it's all said and done. I think the dude that had it before me saw that it was leaking and he just assumed it was the valve cover gaskets without actually looking at it, and it ended up actually being the VVT gaskets that for some reason he did not replace, and here I am replacing them. Oh man, they're stuck in there. Alright, it's gonna take some chopping. And by that, I mean handy dandy pick and possibly screwdriver. Oh my god. I absolutely needed these. I needed these yesterday. And I looked in the same exact vehicle for them. Could not find them. There it is. Pick. Holy moly. These are hard as a rock. Man. I don't think they're supposed to be hard as a rock. Well, poopy. We're going to the bench for this one, boys. I've come up with the conclusion. We have a hammer, we have a screwdriver. If you put them together, you can come up with some pretty amazing solutions, as is this one. I shouldn't be banging on it like that. Let's try this. Everybody, hammer and screwdriver. And just easily work your way around the edge. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Beautiful. That's the gasket, hard as a rock. But the other one won't be. Let's get this other one out. Bang, rattle, rattle. The life of a mechanic. Second one complete. I guess you could say this is a review too about mall gaskets for 14 Focus SE valve cover. That's pretty clean. We got a dirty valve cover gasket. Dirty valve cover. From my understanding, we just push them in there till they're flush, and then just go ahead and put it back on. In hindsight, I think that's not the correct way you pound those in, but I did it anyways, and we're gonna work with it. I never said this was a video about learning. We put the gaskets back in here, get them in the car. I did pick a nice gasket for this. Right now I'm just working my way around, getting this gasket on. Making sure it sits on in all the right nooks and crannies. Those ridges on the side of the gasket should hold it in until I can get it sat down and screwed in. tighten them down. I'm gonna hand tighten these, make sure they're all in their respective pockets. Like I said, we're gonna start working from the middle and we're gonna work our way out. There's a specific pattern if you want to look that up online. And as for these, they don't go on too tight. I'm not gonna use this electric wrench for this. Really? Hand tighten it, and then tighten it just a little more. And that should be fine. The gasket should hold. These little cars hurt your knees the way you have to bend into the engine bay. Go ahead and plug all your connections in. We'll get those coils in. I'm gonna wipe those off a little bit. A little dirty on the top. We'll get our bolts and we'll tighten these in. An engine that only has like 8mm bolts to hold everything in, it's kind of wild. It is amazing to me. A little over hand tight for these coils, just enough so they don't move. Don't want to strip or break these. It's about the middle of the winter. It's bolt breaking season. That's in. I just plugged in this guy. Plug in all your other connections. Make sure they're nice and tight. Plug in your coils. Clip those in. Clip these connectors in. These both just broke on me. But you know what? I got a quick fix for that. And they're called zip ties. Here's a quick sneak peek of my girl Sadie. She helps me work on cars, don't you? You hold flashlights. You little beautiful dog, you. Okay, we are back. What's kind of crazy is that I actually work for an ambulance district and I'm able to work from home until we get a call, and that was a call. So I had to run away for a couple hours, but we were back. Just got finished up with everything. Just got all these plugs put in, everything put together. Time to start it and see if it leaks. Hopefully it does not leak. No leaks so far. Good sign, good signs. That was the main issue with this, so we're gonna call that good. I'm gonna come back tomorrow, drive it a little bit. I'm about to done for tonight. Let's see if it starts leaking after a minute of driving it. But anyways, there we go. That's the end of this video. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna move all of my other videos on this channel to the other channel, Haphazard Studio, and that's where I'm gonna have all my content. Make sure to follow me over there, subscribe if you like this video, give it a like for me, and stay tuned for other projects. Thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.